and welcome to today's core-based class. For today, no props are needed. If you have a pair of socks that you'd like to wear, there's one movement that will be doing some sliding, but not an absolute need. There's a modification available. So whenever you have your space to practice, go ahead and meet me in downward facing dog to start. Coming into downward facing dog, especially right at the start of class, give yourself the opportunity to find some movement if that feels good for you. We'll be targeting the core for the majority of today's class. So if you want to swish your hips side to side, start to open up the side bodies, maybe shifting your weight forward and back. Starting to turn the core on as you find some stability within the trunk during this movement. And then in the next breath or two, start to settle into your center, grounding down into your downward facing dog, engaging through the heel of the hand, through the arm as the biceps wrap towards the ears, triceps spin back. Pulling that energy all the way through the shoulder blades, driving the hips up towards the sky as you press the heels down towards the earth. And then from here, inhale, rise up high onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. And then start to unravel or round that energy all the way up towards the top of the mat as you round over and into high plank pose. As we settle into our high plank, keep that energy all the way through the heel of the hand, through the shoulder blades. Gaze just beyond the fingertips at the center of your mat. And feel that energy tuck the belly button in towards the spine. Thighs engaged, heels are driving back into the space behind you. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and with control, holding on to this stability, slowly lower all the way down to the mat in one piece. Feel free to drop your knees if that's something that works for you. Otherwise, we're going to lower all together for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck the toe. Arms stretch back behind you. Pull the body up into locust. Exhale, hands plant. Sit the hips back, coming into child's pose for just a moment. Drop the forearms, gaze forward, pull the body through, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to move through that transition one more time. Inhale, high up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. And then wrap that energy all the way up as it travels through the upper back, rounding the spine. Coming into plank, tucking the belly button in towards the spine, keeping everything strong and stable for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slow lower. Drop the knees if you need for 5, 4, everything's strong, 3, 2, 1. Once the belly and the chest hit the mat, untuck the toe. Arms stretch back behind you, locust pose, engaging the back body. Core work encompasses the entirety of the trunk. So being able to have a strong and supportive back body is just as important as having a strong core. Drop the arms underneath the shoulders, sit the hips back, child's pose. Just for a moment, drop the forearms, gaze forward, peel the body through, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Settle in, take a breath. Inhale, high onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Ravel the body forward. Rounding through each segment as best you can. Turn the core on to pull you to plank pose. Feel free to modify if you need. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we're going to shift our weight onto the right side, spinning the body open, facing the left side of the mat. Coming into side plank. Staying strong through that right arm, opening the shoulder, wrapping the shoulder blade along the back body, along the rib cage. Keep the hips lifted, side body is strong. Again, feel free to modify, dropping the bottom knee. You can keep the left leg low or you can lift high. Keep it low for right now if you modify. Holding in this plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you modified, stay where you are and now lift the top leg. If you're in your side plank and you're lifted, challenge yourself for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close everything off. High plank, lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck locust pose. Exhale, lower. Sit the hips back, child's pose. Drop the forearms, pull through, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next side. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Pull that energy up, 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 up. Rounding and unraveling to high plank. Opening towards the right side of the room, coming onto that left side. Staying strong through that left hand, driving through the heel of the hand. Opening the shoulder. Modify as you need. You can drop the bottom leg. Reach the right fingertips high, keeping the hips high for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the top leg, keep it steady. Keep it strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Close it all off. Lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, locust pose. Exhale, plant the hands, sit the hips back. Child's pose. Drop the forearms, gaze forward, pull the body through, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more rounding into plank pose. Inhale, heels rise. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Pull everything up and over, round it out. High plank. Reconnect with your stable, steady plank here. Strong and steady, core engaged, belly button in towards the spine. From here, you're gonna drop the knees to tap the floor and press back up. 1. We're doing that 10 times. Lower and lift. 2, 3. Keep the belly button in, strong, strong, strong. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hold that plank. Drop it down. Table top position. Awesome, awesome work. From here, this is where the slides are going to come in. Give yourself a moment or two to hang out in tabletop here. Maybe shift your hips side to side. Going forward and back. Maybe shifting your hips, just kind of working everything out. You guys worked hard. Maybe got into the shoulders a little bit. But before we move into those slides, let's engage the core just a little bit more, right from where we're at. Let's find some mobility first, moving into some cat-cows. Inhale, lift the hips, belly falls, pull the chest through. Exhale, round. Engage that core right at the end to tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Working your way through the spine one at a time. Exhale, round. 2 more rounds here. Inhale. Belly falls, pull the chest through, gaze lifts. Exhale, round it out, spread the shoulder blades wide. Tailbone tucks under. Gentle tuck of the belly. Feel that engagement. Inhale. Find some space within the front body, open it up. Exhale, round it out. Inhale back to tabletop. Now we're going to find some more engagement, but with a little bit more support, being that we're on our hands and knees. Larger base of support. From here, tuck the toes. We'll be pressing through the big toe as well as the heel of the hands, and you're going to bring your knees to hover from the mat, okay? So get that belly button in towards the spine, start strong and steady, and hold on to that as you press through all fours to lift the knees for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. We have 4 more rounds of that. Press through the hands and the toes. Up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. With the lift and the lowers, keep the collarbones broad. Keep your shoulders open, biceps facing one another, triceps facing the back of the mat. Press through for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. 2 more. Press up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Last one. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Now is when the socks come in, if you have them on. If you don't, just keep the leg to hover from the mat. It's going to work the body just the same. So I'll come back just a little bit on my mat to get the slide the whole way through. So from here, you're going to shift the weight into the left and right hands and the left knee as the right leg stretches out back behind you. Staying strong in the hands, staying supported, engaged, and then supported in the left hip. Try not to let it buckle out or shift to the side. Keep it underneath you. Keep the hip in line with the knee to keep yourself supported and maximize the engagement in your core. So from here, you're going to swing the right leg out wide. The higher the leg comes, the more your hips are going to want to bump. So keep yourself nice and steady. Come back. Drive the knee in towards the collarbone. Straight out back behind you. That's 1. Open it up to the right side. Come back. Drive in. Back behind you. Open. Back. Drive for 3. Open. Back. Drive. 4. Open. Back. Drive. 5. Open. Back. Drive. 6. Back. Drive. 7. Open. Back. Drive. 8. Feel that crunch when you drive the knee in. Feel a crunch the side body when you swing your leg out. Try to feel that contraction. Drive for 9. Open. Back. Drive. 10. Drop the right knee. If your shoulders are feeling sore, come off them for a minute. Roll them out if you need to. Back onto the hands. Left leg comes back behind you. Again, keep the integrity in the shoulders, in that right hip. Try to keep it nice and steady over the left knee, over the right knee, sorry. Okay, left leg starts back behind you. Swing the leg out. Feel that crunch in your left side body. Come back. Drive in. 1. Open. Back. Drive. 2. Open. Back. Drive. 3. Open. Back. Drive. 4. Open. Back. Drive. 5. Open. Drive. 6. Open. Drive. 7. Open. Drive. 8. Open. Drive. 9. Open. Drive. 10. Left knee meets the right. Awesome job, you guys. So we are going to press back into downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment to stretch out that side body just a little bit. And then to the count of 10, you're going to walk your feet towards your hands for 10, 9. Feel the compression of the core to help lift and progress each step. 7, 6. Press through the heel of the hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Soft bend in the knees. Drive through the soles of the feet as you unravel the spine all the way up. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Exhale, right hand goes alongside the outer thigh, left arm reaches up and over. Stretching out through the left hip, the left rib cage, the left armpit. Inhale up, fingertips reach up tall. Exhale, left hand, outer thigh, right hand reaches up and over. Keep the hips, the torso facing forward. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more round. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Maybe a small engagement of the glutes to press the hips forward, open the front of your body. Engage the core, exhale. Hands to heart center. That is it for today's core class. Awesome job for you. Just like it did for me, it may have worked into your shoulders just as much as it did for the core. But either way, thank you so much for your hard work. You made it through class today. I look forward to seeing y'all next time. Have an awesome one.